Hello everyone, and today we will just be looking at some more races inside the MythicalRaces plugin, and all what will happen is we're just going to create a bunch of races. I will try to use all the features of the plugin for the data setters, and without further ado, let's get into it. The only reason I'm creating this is because the previous tutorials didn't really explain all this, so it's a lot better just to show you examples and you guys can figure it out. Okay, so I deleted all the races except for human, so we're just going to deal with the human race here. We're going to make sure that this little line is kind of in between the H and the U, or the two letters that are here. I recommend using Notepad++. You never want to use tabs. Like tab, if you use tab, it's going to break everything inside the plugin, so never use tab. Another thing is that you never want to use single quotation marks inside the lore. Okay, never do that or else you're gonna screw up the plugin and it sucks. Right, okay, so now let's create some speed. So we're gonna say speed of, okay, let me actually tell you the goal first. We're gonna have a speed potion or a swiftness of an amplifier of 3 when we're inside water. Okay, that's what it means. So we're gonna play speed. And then for the next line here, we're gonna put the base, we're gonna put 2. So it's amplifier 3 inside the game because it's always one less than what you want. And now we're going to add the data for it. So we're going to type all y is greater than negative 1000, negative 1, all. Okay. So what this means is apply everything everywhere. Okay, that's pretty much what it means. But we just want to apply it in your water. So we're going to type this to around water. Now what this means is apply speed around water, right? Of course. Now around, what this means is pretty much just around like this, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Just kind of around the player in like a 1 block radius. That's what around means. Okay. But we could also do something like this. We could do custom 2. Now what this means is search in a 2 block radius around the player for water. Okay. This 2 here can also be replaced with another number. It could also be around, could also be 10. So search in a 10 block radius around the player for water and then apply speed, right? Or you can do custom 2, but we just want to, when you're kind of inside the water, so do custom, let's just leave it as custom 2. So if you're 2 block radius around water, then we're going to apply the speed effect, right? This negative 1 here means remove it if you aren't near that specific situation. So if you aren't near water, just remove it. That's what the negative 1 means. If you put 5 here, it's going to apply an amplifier of 6 inside the game. Okay, so we're going to save this, and we're actually going to go inside the game, and we're going to just reload the plugin, obviously, and I'm going to find some water now. And as you can tell, there's no speed here. Let's turn to the day quickly. See, there's no speed, but now we're going to find a set of water, which I'm too lazy to find it, so I'm just going to give myself a water underscore bucket. And then we're going to place it. So now when we go in here, now very soon, we should definitely, yeah, there we go. We got speed. Okay, because the timer finally got up. Now we have a speed of 3. Remember, we put 2 here, 2 inside the base, and now we have 3 inside the game. Okay, never put these semi-quotation marks around the 2. You're just going to mess up the plugin, right? Whenever it's like usually numbers inside the base or the day attributes passive, like the level here and the base, you don't want the semi-quotation marks. Only use the semi-quotation marks if it's the day race data potions, like the data stuff, and the what you actually need to specify, like speed, jump, or some type of movement modifier like the generic movement speed, right? But what if you want more blocks in water, right? So let's say water and let's have another block. What other block would be cool? Stone. Stone's an amazing block. So apply a speed of 3 if you are near water or stone in a 2 block radius. So now we're gonna do that and reload confirm. Right, I'm going to give, of course, the stone 1. Of course, we don't have any speed. Now we just go near the stone block. Now we have speed 3. Okay, that's pretty much what it means. Okay, now back to this. Now this can be a couple things. This can also be something else as well. Okay, this is a bit tricky, but if we scroll up a bit on top of the config, we're gonna have this stuff right here. Now these are special data attribute types, okay? Like these are custom ones. So you can set these two pieces of information beside the -1, like vampire, vampire, to a specific situation. So what vampire, vampire does is it takes your current location and goes all the way up to sky limit, and it checks if there's a solid block, okay? So, for example, if I were to set this to vampire, vampire, and then reload it. I could use races reload, but I just like the reload confirm just because I do. Now it's gonna apply a speed of 3 because vampire, vampire. What that means is if there's a solid block all the way up, right? But there isn't a solid block, so that's why it's gonna apply it. But the moment something's above me, so I just need to give myself, let's say, put something above me. And it is now removed, because that's what vampire, vampire means, right? So this is great for if you want the vampire to burn during the day. Just saying. That's why it's called vampire, vampire. It's a little neat Easter egg thing. It's not really Easter egg anymore. You have the custom. I already showed you the custom. We have light A and light B. Now what this means is the light level, okay? It goes from 0 to 12. And the light level, light A means above a certain light level, light B means below a certain light level. Okay, so to actually do this, we can do apply speed of 3, light below, and we're gonna say 5. Okay, that's what that means. So we're gonna type reload confirm again, and now we're gonna find a nice dark hole. Nice dark hole, which should be I think here is fine. And of course it's applying it because it's a speed of light below. Oops, I'm an idiot. Okay, light B5, and then put light again after it. My bad. That was a little stupid mistake on my end. It doesn't. It looks like this instead. So light B5 space light again, and then all. Okay, that's how it goes. Oh my god. See, it's applying speed. Now if we go back to the front, it should remove at any time, or I forgot to reload, which I think I forgot to reload because I'm an idiot. And see, they're removed. But now if we go back to this nice little den here with this nice zombie is trying to feast on me, we have speed 3 back again. Let's go back to the safe area. Let's see what else. Now we also do a light A, so that's light below 5. We can do light A5. A5 is light if you're above the light level of 5. Go away. Oops, like. Ah, it got me. Okay. So above the light level of 5. Because we're kind of out in the sun, like our light level in this specific block is going to be a bit higher. Right? That's why we have this light, speed of 3. If we go back here, let's see, have we missed anything else? We have custom, light A, light B, vampire, vampire. Okay, that's fine. Let's see, let's create... Wait, one thing. Okay, so this piece of data here corresponds with this, and this corresponds with this. So now we can have another piece of data where we can say, instead of speed, we can do, so let's say jump of 2, or yeah, jump of 2 in game, right? And what we want to do is only apply jump if it is raining. Okay, that's only apply jump if it's raining. So we're gonna type all y is greater than -1000, -1, all true, and then all. Okay, so this third all here at the very end here, like first, second, third, fourth all, the fourth all can either be 3 things. It can be all, true, or false. Okay, true means if it's storming, then apply it. If it's false, if it's not storming, then apply that effect, right? So we're gonna set it to true, and we're gonna save it, and we're gonna do a nice reload confirm. And I did do it right, eh? Yeah, everything seems fine. and reload's complete. So now we are gonna do slash not races. We're gonna turn it to stormy weather, so slash weather storm. Okay. Now very soon we will get jump. There we go. We got jump boost 2. Okay, now we have jump boost 2 in the rain, and it's super nice raining out. Isn't that lovely? Anyways, moving on. So now we know what this fourth all here is true or false, and if it's raining or not. Okay. Now this very last all piece. This very last all piece is the world. Okay, so you can have the world. You can usually you look in like your own server, right? What the world name actually is. So usually for regular servers, the default world is usually just called world, right? You see, you set the weather to storm world, right? If we go to the nether, we have nether world or something like that, right? And that's what the ending piece of data means. If you want multiple worlds, you just put a comma and then another world name, comma and then another world name. I think you get the idea of this, right? Now, I'm just going to delete this and change it back to all because I already explained this to you. And here we have this, okay? The very first piece of data. Now this represents biomes. And biomes, you can just find it in-game or the link at the top. But for now, I just use it in-game. Just read the very top of the config, everything's kind of there. Right now we're standing the biome plains. Okay, so if we do plains, okay. So we will get jump boost of 2 if we're standing inside the biome plains, if our y-axis is greater than -1000, if we are near any blocks, if it is storming, and if we are inside any world. Okay, that's what it means. So we can type reload confirm, and we're gonna save that. Not really save it, just reload it. And we are going to stop raining actually, so weather clear. Okay, turn it back to day. And very soon we don't have any jump boost. And why don't we have any jump boost? Because it is not raining. That is why. But we are standing in the biome plains, right? And that's why when we turn it back to the weather storm, it's gonna start, give us that jump boost very soon. There we go, got jump boost. Okay, so if I go all the way over, let's go speed of 10. If I go to here, go back to speed of 1, I think it is. We lost it because we're no longer standing in the biome of plains. We're probably in a river, like the river biome. No, we're still. Let me go back to middle here because I'm pretty sure this is in plains. Oh, there, see, river. And we lost the effects. We also lost the first effect as well because our light level was actually below 5. Because right now it's kind of cloudy out and our light level is just pretty much 0 where we are. Okay, so that explains that. What else do we need to explain? What I need to explain? I need to explain... Oh, right. To add more biomes, you just put a comma and then you see another biome name, and that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple, easy, fast. This thing works exactly the same way for the night, so it's not really anything different. Oops, night race data. These 3. Okay, now we're actually going to add another generic modifier quickly. So we're gonna add a generic, let's say a generic armor. Okay, we're gonna add generic armor. Generic underscore armor. We need the base, so we're gonna set the base as 10.0 because that's fine. We're gonna let it. We're gonna have the level as just put 0.0 because if this number is like 0.5, what this means is that it's gonna take your level, right? And it's gonna multiply this times your level, and it's gonna add it onto that modifier or attribute that you had it on. So if we are a level of 10, right, it's gonna have like 10 more armor than the level 0 or level 1 of this race, right? I hope that makes sense, because I know that sounded super confusing to me, but that's fine. Alright, and we're going to add another piece of data here, and this data works exactly the same way as everything else. All is y is greater than -1000, -1, all. Okay, but let's change it up a bit. So we're gonna have generic armor if we are greater than axis of 250. Okay. However, if we are not in, if we're not greater than the axis, y-axis of 250, our generic armor will be, let's say, 1.0. Okay, that's what it will be like. So if we are above 250, we're gonna have a generic armor of 10. If we are below 250, we're gonna have a 1.0. Because remember, this -1, it's the else statement. So if condition, else apply this, right? And the condition is all of these different alls and this everything else, right? And that's those are the if statements, right? For any of the programmers or coders out there, right? So if this, else that. Okay. Now we're gonna go back in game because everything seems fine. Now we're gonna reload confirm, and I believe I said that. No, that's day. Okay, that's day. That's right. So now we have an armor of 1. We have a generic armor of 1. We're not wearing any armor, but we have a generic armor of 1. You can see it right above my health bar because our y-axis is 67. Now if we were to go shoot right up, and I can't shoot right up yet. Go on, go faster. Oh my god, top 200. Oh, that didn't work. Speed 10. Will this work? It will work. Now if we go above 250, we're above 250. Very soon. See, we had an armor of 10. Now we're going to drop down below and we have armor of 1. Now that's exactly what that means. Okay, so I think I gave you all the tools and what you need. Okay, if we go back to the config. Oh yeah, actually one more thing. To add multiple level types, just add minor or just add a comma, add anything else. Doesn't really matter. You can add a space for here and add a new level type as well. As long as it's inside this stupid looking thing. Alright, so these are also useful links if you need them. These are the bio names, these are the material names. So you will need these too, pretty much, right? And there we go. I think that explains how to add that, right? That explains the stuff more or less. And of course, if you want to add a new race or sub race, we're going to copy this. We're going to Control V it here. Make sure the race name is kind of between these two letters. This little line here. You always want to use Notepad++. If you don't use Notepad++, why do you hate yourself? You know, you're just being mean to yourself. Okay, we're going to change the name to a different race. Is subrace, of course it's a subrace, so we're going to set that to true. Subrace type, it's of human, right? We're going to set the tree slot to like say 10 or something. Level requirement, only level 10 of human to get to choose high human. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If we can save this and reload, confirm, and we do such races tree. And there he goes. There he is in the slot, 10th slot, because it starts at 0 and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so forth. 10th slot is the high human race. This is the high human race. It says human, but it's a high human because I didn't really change the display name or any of the lore. Anyways, that is all. That explains the core mechanics. I think the other tutorials explain everything else and more in depth. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching, and have a good one.